You ever feel like you're working twice as hard for half the recognition? Like there's a storm inside you screaming you're meant for something massive, but you have no idea where to begin. It is because people have no idea how to value. Right now, we are in a revolution, the branding revolution. Today, the leader is the brand. People never buy a product, they buy a piece of your identity, your values, your emotional frequency, your story. If you want to do what no one else does, the kind of move that makes the world watch, you need to know who you are. People buy when you are too real to ignore. This is how iconic businesses and brands are built. This is your moment. Let's go. You ever feel like you're working twice as hard for half the recognition? Like there's a storm inside you screaming you're meant for something massive, but you have no idea where to begin. It is because people have no idea how to value you. Like, why should they care about you? Why should they hire you or pay you money to buy your product? Why? Right now, we are in a revolution, the branding revolution. A few years back, when Parle-G or Coke was a go to product, we bought them simply because everyone around us trusted them. We never tried identifying who was behind them. But today, our decisions are increasingly driven by the trust we have in the founders and our leaders. We buy people, we follow people, we trust people, not brands. Today, the leader is the brand. Think of Gary Vee. You think big companies hire him just for VaynerX? No. They trust him. His rawness, his obsession, his refusal to sugarcoat, his truth. He's not just running a business, he's owning attention. He's selling game cards out of cartoons he created, and people are buying them. Why? Not because of the product, but because of the trust on the person himself. Let me ask you something very simple today. How many people today leave jobs because they can't align their vision to the leader of the team or the company? If you are leading a company and you're noticing high attrition rates, it's not because your work is bad, it's because your team members can't see themselves in you anymore. Because you never shown them what you truly stand for. The reason you aren't able to sell your products or get better opportunities is that people or your employers have no idea who you are. What do you believe in? What do you stand for? Are you living your truth that you are showing them? When your vision is unclear, your people drift. But when you hold your ground, when you repeat your truth, when you live your message, you become someone they'll follow to the end. This is the branding revolution of today, where the leader is the brand. The leader is the reason people buy. So if you want to make a difference, you have to stand out and be iconic. In part one of this video, we spoke about the why. Why people like Jordan, Messi, and Virat Kohli all became iconic, and how if you are at your worst failure, your lowest day, then this just might be the birthplace of your greatness. So, if you have faced humiliation and a hundreds of no's, I recommend you to go watch that video. It's linked above and in the description below. Because today, in part two of the video, we talk about the how you can create and market your personal brand so that you never miss the right opportunities. It begins with crafting your unique identity, an identity that people trust, follow, and buy. So, how does one begin to craft the identity? First, know your non negotiables. Know what you stand for. Even if the world changes, Revolutions happen, technologies change. These set of beliefs you will always have and will always stand for. Here's how you can identify these. Reflect on your past experiences that brought the most joy and the most pain to you. Go back and relive the same experiences as if they were happening today, right here, right now, and reflect on how you are feeling emotionally. In those moments of pain or happiness, identify what are those five experiences you want to achieve every day, every minute of your life, because they bring the maximum joy to you. By recalling the sad moments, identify what you don't want first, which will help you identify what you want more of in life. For me, the five key experiences were purpose, creativity, freedom, beauty, and exploration. These shall be your North Stars. These will be the filters for every business, team, or life decision that you make. Since these are your non negotiables, you will always feel something is missing if these five are not getting fulfilled in all areas of your life. Ever joined a job and felt something was just off? That's because your values weren't being met. Once you know your values, you will know your businesses or life's direction. You will start discovering what kind of work fulfills you, what path aligns with your real self. Step 2, choose your emotional frequency. Once you have identified what you truly stand for, ask yourself, what do I want people to feel when they hear my name? For Jordan, it was dominance. For Gary Vee, it's truth and hustle. For myself, it's authenticity, power, compassion, and disruption. It's important to define your emotional frequency because that's what people will attach to your name. Because how you make people feel, that's what they'll remember. That's what they'll follow. For instance, for Parul Gulati, founder of Niche Hair, it's confidence, vulnerability, and she's not just selling hair extensions, if you notice. She's selling a feeling that is, you're allowed to be whoever you want and be hot doing it. People buy Niche hair because they believe in her story, her fire, and how she makes them feel. They buy her hair because they believe in her story of women empowerment, of her genuine wish to make people who are struggling with alopecia feel beautiful. So, if you are someone who's struggling to make a mark, this might be it. Because you are unaware of your emotional frequency, your employers can't identify what you stand for. What can you as an individual bring to the table? So, define your emotional frequency first. That brings me to step 3, and this is crucial. Pick your core identity. Not 5, not 3, just one hill you will die on. One message that becomes your spine. You shout it, live it, prove it, and bleed it. Like for Parakulati, it is I empower you to be whoever you want to be and be hot doing it. What was Jordan's? I will outwork you. No matter what, I will. In order to be truly successful, you will need to plant your own flag. Pick a core identity you're willing to bleed for. Step 4, live your story. Many people, including myself sometimes, in order to appear stronger, often speak something else, but sometimes will live by completely different ideals. But here's the truth, people can sense inauthenticity from miles away. If you say one thing and live another, they will leave. So, live your message so consistently that people know it is real. If you say you're about discipline, show it. If you stand for disruption, prove it. People trust patterns. When your story is honest, competition becomes irrelevant. Step 5. Choose one platform and master its language. I hear many experts suggest that in order to be truly relevant and build recognition, you have to post on all platforms 3 to 4 times a day. Posting 3 to 4 times a day on every platform, that's not a strategy. That's burnout. Unless you have got a full army or full time team, it's impossible to do so. So instead, dominate one place where your audience lives. Own the room there. Here is how to choose your platform. If you are a change maker, leading a cause, and just want to highlight your work, choose Instagram. For big ideas that require giving context to reach to your point, use YouTube. If you are building corporate or thought leadership authority, choose only LinkedIn. Master the language and the platform, repeat your message. When you dominate your story and your area repeatedly, consistently, and authentically, people start noticing. Let me show you one of the most iconic examples of what happens when you live your truth loud and consistent. When you repeat your emotional frequency so powerfully, it becomes your signature. So distinct, it drives your entire business. That's when people stop seeing you as just a founder and start seeing you as an icon, a disruptor. Today, everyone knows Richard Branson as a bold, fearless, and a risk taking icon. But have you ever wondered why you have this perception of his? Why do you consistently buy from him and trust his brand Virgin? Richard Branson believed in adventure and risk taking. But instead of just considering them as one of his personality traits, he brought them into key marketing business decisions. In 1987 and 1991, Branson crossed the Atlantic and the Pacific in the Virgin Atlantic Flyer, the largest hot air balloon ever made at that. Both the attempts almost killed him, but the press went wild. TV crews followed the flight, headlines every single where. Even though it nearly ended in a disaster, but that was the first ever something that was being tried and it garnered massive media attention. These stunts became a symbol that drove Virgin's identity as fearless, bold. This identity is reflected in every business headed by Richard Branson under Virgin. He later admitted, quotes, I knew if I could pull off the balloon flights, I could get the Virgin name on front pages around the world for free. Branson eventually came to be known as a daring, adventure, risk taking businessman who is still widely appreciated for his entrepreneurial skills, which are risk taking and bold. But here's the fact, if you want to do what no one else does, the kind of move that makes the world watch, you need to know who you are, your values, your emotional frequency, your story, and the identity you want the world to remember. We often feel that people buy when they like our product. No, this is how people actually make their buying decisions. One fine day, while scrolling, I come across a reel which says XXX person is flying in balloon and trying this. I watch it completely and I go like, holy cow, I'll have to tell my friends. And I send it to 5 of my friends. After I have shared that, that incident still hasn't left my mind. So I Googled and find like, oh, this person runs XYZ companies as well. How cool is that? Okay, great. I go on social media and tap follow. After that, day after day, I see what you are doing. Getting to know you, your values, your story, getting to know you better. 2 years later, I'm again scrolling and I see like you are selling something here, which I feel I need. It's not a necessity, but I feel I need it. Here is how you created a demand which didn't exist because people felt they needed it. They actually did need it. Great, I'll try. There you got a sale. Similarly, my friends and their five friends and their five friends all bought from you just because all of them have been following you since past 2 years and they now trust who you are. But now, here's the kick. They are not only ready to buy from you and pay a price for it, but are ready to pay a premium price for your product solely because they trust you, because they now see themselves in you. You, your business, your content, it all tells the same story, same emotional frequency, same values, same truth. That kind of an alignment, it makes people believe you are the only one who can serve this niche the best. And when they believe that, they won't just buy it from you, they'll pay a premium to do it. This is how businesses go massive. Just few right people who relate with you. We discussed this in part one of this video. People never buy a product, they buy a piece of your identity. Ambitious people never work solely for a paycheck, never. They want to learn from you, to get a piece of your mindset, your energy, your identity. And if you keep changing your story, people leave. If you don't live what you say, your employers leave because they cannot see what you stand for. Before you sell, you have to live your story every damn day. That's when people believe you. People buy when you are too real to ignore. Your stories are way too honest. You are a leader who puts skin in the game and shows up loud. You stand first and you stand different. This is how iconic businesses and brands are built. Iconic status is a delayed impact, but it comes very fast once it compounds. But it can only compound when you start and continue it right. Stay loud, stay you, and stay consistent. Because once that momentum hits, it won't stop. I want you to build an identity so powerful the world bends to meet it. So here's what to do right now. Like this video if it lit a fire in you. Subscribe because this isn't a one time motivation hit, this is a movement. Third, drop your thoughts in the comments. Tell me your story, your fears, your dream identity. Fourth, and join me live on Discord every day 10 to 11 a.m. IST for Real Talk with NB, where you can ask me anything you have in your mind. Let's figure this out together. This is your moment. Let's go.